Hi, it's Dr. Dan Beatty from Balanced Motion Veterinary Services. I'm going to talk to you today about an event that we had here with Angelina Arbolino, the founder of CBD Dog Health. She came in and talked to a bunch of us about CBD and its uses and how it works and some of the products that she has through CBD Dog Health. Pretty cool event, had good turnout and a couple takeaways I'm going to tell you about. So the first takeaway that I had is that, well, we all know that CBD it works on the endocannabinoid system. Or maybe we don't all know, but it does. That's what it works on. CBD works on the endocannabinoid system inside of our bodies. And this endocannabinoid system is a regulatory system that regulates other systems of the bodies. It's well known that it regulates the nervous system, so very famous for helping to downregulate when the nervous system is hyperexcitable, such as in pain, in anxiety, and in seizures. We use these products to help recover from those situations. Well, what's also interesting is we're finding receptors all throughout the body, and including in the intestinal tract, in the gut, and it helps with gut health by maintaining the environment inside of the intestinal tract using CBD and the endocannabinoids. There's some receptors there to help with inflammation, help with the regulation of how the environment is inside the intestinal tract, which helps with the microbiome. So the microbiome in turn then helps with the rest of digestive health. And as we all know, the gut is where we are seeing a lot of improvements in longevity and in quality of life. So quite important, quite cool to see that CBD can help regulate that area of the body as well. So very beneficial. The other takeaway that I had is that not all CBDs are created equal. Kind of knew that, but in this case, what we're looking at is also, Angela went in and talked about the three different types of CBD, the isolates, the broad spectrum, and the full spectrum. I've always said that we should be using a full spectrum because it has a synergistic effect with all of the compounds that are in a full spectrum. But what's interesting is that she took it a little bit step further and explained each one. So with an isolate is broken down into like one cannabinoid or a couple of them. What we've discovered though with isolates is that they really don't work very well because you need the other ones for synergistic effect. The other thing that we've seen with isolates is that some isolates actually do increase liver enzymes. So if you have an isolate, I kind of want to stay away from that. Full spectrum is the way to go, and here's why. Well, let's explain this. Broad spectrum is basically a full spectrum in which they've tried to take the THC component out of it so that they break it down to the point where there's not as much THC inside of it that it can even be measurable. Here's the problem with that, is that in order for the cannabinoids to work as most effective possible, you need the THC in there to actually activate the receptors that the cannabinoids attach to. So here in Indiana and other states that don't allow for THC, there is a legal limit of typically 0.3%. Like here in Indiana, a CBD product is allowed to have 0.3% THC in it. And that's just enough that it is used to actually help stimulate the receptors that the cannabinoids attach to be able to do their thing. But it's not enough unless, dog drinks the entire bottle for the dog to get high or anything like that, or even people. So that is the one thing that's was interesting. The other thing that's really cool, that another third takeaway that I had from it, is that CBD works synergistically with other adaptogenic herbs and adaptogenic mushrooms, which is why CBD Dog Health has expanded into mushrooms. I've been using mushrooms for quite some time. We have real mushrooms here. That's the product that we use, and she promoted those as well. Her product is more of a tonic, more of a compound of different types of mushrooms that are in a liquid form versus I use the capsules and the powder. So it might be a good thing to work together if I have dogs that don't want to take the powder. I have an option now through CBD Dog Health to use a liquid form. So it was a really cool event. I can't wait to have another event coming up soon, probably in September. Date to be determined, topic to be determined, but we had a great time with Angelina Arbolino. I want to thank Wolf Life, Leslie Cook and Wolf Life for helping sponsor this, and we worked together to get the event to go. Great time. So thank you all for listening. If you want any more information, you can look at angelinaarbolino.com or cbddoghealth.com. I'm sure Wolf Life has some on their page, and then of course Balanced Motion will always have stuff. So balancedmotionvet.com will have some information on it as well. So see you in the future at the next event. Thanks. Bye. Have a great day.